Hey, so can you tell I'm still breaking this in? Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just testing something here. And okay. Let okay. So let me yes. So warning. Yes, while you're here. While you're here. So warning. The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. And especially today, since I'm testing out a whole bunch of things. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming, unlike my regular videos, where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited, pre recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay. Let's try this out. Something else. Poof. Ah, there we are. There we are. Okay. So, so as you can see, we're trying out a lot of new things today. As you can tell from the title of the show, I've decided to be a masochist today and try out OBS again. I haven't had much success with it in the past, and yeah, I figured today would be a good day to try it. So check out the new digs. Tell me if the sound is okay and everything. So thank you for people who are watching us. It's the royal us. Oh, from regions beyond. I really appreciate you being there. And yes, if you're checking me out from a link from Facebook. Oh, good. Hey, Patrick. Yeah, it's like, hey, James. Yes, I see you. I see you. Here we go. Hey, James. And here's Patrick. Yeah, so good, good. So the sound is good. All right. I was trying something with the very beginning of the show, but I'm not sure if it worked. So I'm gonna have to catch this replay and test it out some more to see if I can kind of move my entire whatever setup I have here onto OBS. But still stream through Streamyard. It's a whole thing. It's a whole little learning curve that I'm going through right now. So welcome everybody to another art live stream. Yes, my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which will be returning to Kickstarter in early 2023. So keep an eye out for that. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns to Kickstarter this coming Monday already. It's like I just finished the last Kickstarter because technically I did. And yes, and issue 5 for Ego Raven will be launching on Monday, November 7th. So check out the links in the show notes so you can sign up for the pre-launch page and get notified the second the campaign goes live. I am also co-host with Nita Lanning on the Rage Into the Vlogs show every Monday and Friday on the Indie Comics Network, which also this live stream is simulcasting through that channel as well. So make sure that you click the subscribe button on both our channels, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. But in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube, as I said before, here at my channel at Daphne Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. So, like I said, hit all the buttons. Let's make the algorithm gods happy, and yeah, and get some more eyeballs on this. So what do you think? What do you think of the new digs? You know, what do you think? Um, hey Nita, hey. Well, I mean, no, you don't. You look sultry. You're supposed to be looking sultry in that picture. Um, let's see. Oh, what's Patrick tossing ideas? Have you and JD considered to do a non-arc type of tall tale story, except it's more like a panel comic, and call them short tales? Oh, very cute, very cute. Um, yes, The Office. Yes, The Office does look good. Thank you. I try really hard to make sure that the background, especially since having everything redone, looks kind of proper for streaming. But what I mean is this new overlay that I have on the screen now. So, like I said, I decided to be a little masochistic and try OBS again. And yeah, so OBS is a free streaming software that all the kids are using. So I've used it before, but usually just to make videos, not for streaming. And this time around, I've been seeing people do like a lot of stuff, and I was checking out. I have a Twitch channel which I've never used, and I'm thinking maybe of changing that. Maybe put probably start simulcasting this to my Twitch channel. Finally, put that into use. So I figure, if I'm going to do that, I might as well, start really trying to use OBS with StreamYard and see what kind of thing I can get going. So, kind of had a hiccup in the beginning. I had my standby. You know what? Let's test something here. Let's test out something right now. So I'm going to bring up my please stand by graphic, and the thing is, though, usually I have the countdown where it plays music, right? So on OBS I have the music on a loop without the countdown, but I'm not. Well, unfortunately, if you had a computer that could handle it, I would recommend it. But yeah, so I don't know, Nita. I don't know if your computers can handle it. Maybe we should try, using OBS more regularly. But right now, it's like I'm not so sure. So let's do a test here. Like I said, I'm going to run the please stand by graphic, and I want you guys to tell me if you hear the music that's going through it. Now here's the thing, though. I'm going to mute my microphone on StreamYard. So I want to know if you guys can hear the music while I'm muted over here, okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute myself now, and then I'm going to hit the please stand by with the music, and if you can tell me if that works, that'd be great, okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1, mute. Okay, so all right, so you're not getting any sound at all. All right, so I'm gonna have to look into that. And see, because right now, if you really wanted to hear if I really wanted you guys to hear the music, it's coming out of my speakers, and then the microphone would pick it up, which technically works, but that's not the intention that I'm going for here. You know, it's like I was hoping to like pipe it through OBS, but I'm not sure how to do that. So that's okay. So that's one thing I have to check off as to figure out how to get that to work. So another thing that I'm going to try out here, which again, I kind of had to flub a bit for it to work a little bit, so that it would work the way it's supposed to, but not exactly. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put up, where is it? Oh, here we go. So, oh, look, everybody's on the screen. Look at the chat. Look at this lovely, beautiful chat that's now on the screen. So yes. So I guess while you're all here, now here's the thing though. I guess so that you guys can, just to give a little sense of transparency. It's like the chat only works as long as I don't touch anything else on the screen in StreamYard. I was watching some videos as to how to get this to dock separately so that it just focuses on the chat so we can all see your chat. I know it's maybe some of you would prefer if I put the chat up individually, but at least this way everybody can see themselves, as it goes. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's like I'm trying to imitate what people on Twitch are doing. So let's see. So the thing is, so as long as I don't touch anything else on this in the StreamYard dashboard, the chat will stay just like this. The thing is though, is that if I touch anything else, like say my banners, then then of course the screen switches. So this is the banner, and yeah, so while we're here, I'm going to click that so that we have the banner here for everybody. So now I'm going to switch it back to the chat, so everybody can see that. Yeah, let's see. What is it? If you want to imitate Twitch streamers, you need to set up your own e-thought feed. Well, it depends on what kind of streaming we're looking to do. Yes, the banner seems to be working fine. That's from StreamYard. So what it is that I'm combining. I have OBS on one side of my screen, and I have StreamYard on another side of my screen, and I'm trying to like maneuvering between the two. It's where are you going, Nita? What do you mean here I come? Where are you going? So yeah, oh, there we go. She's there. That's Nita's calling. So although it's like again. So I want to move. Yeah. So you see, so that's the thing. So the chat looks really nice here, but if I want to do anything else in StreamYard, I have to shut it off so that I can okay, because speaking of e-thoughts, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us on Saturday on House of Bob, the adults only drawing night stream that me and Nita have at the last Saturday of every month. We had a really good time. It was a really good stream. I want to thank everybody, especially Patrick and Tina, who helped us color in a new piece for the eventually released the eventually put together House of Bob sketchbook that we're putting together So yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for that. So yes, it's an adults only live stream because we're doing straight up furry porn on that stream. You have to age verify to get on it, and we always hold it the last Saturday of every month between no, it's like from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And yeah, so this last stream was really fun. And yeah, so if you missed it, you can go ahead and you can watch the replay on that. So like no, it's like let's see. Oh, no. It's like you know what? I do have to put you in as an admin on my side of the Streamyard. So I just yes, exactly. I know we scared Rosario a little bit. He thought it was something else, I think, and but yes, it is an adults only actual pornography on the screen. Artwork for educational purposes, by the way, it's so yes, so if you missed the let's put the chat back up here. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, you see, it's like so so yeah, so this is what I'm trying to put together so far with all this kind of look a little professional, a little bit more put together. So yeah, so I don't embarrass myself in front of the Twitch kids when I finally decide to show up there. So at least, let me pretend that I know what I'm doing. So yeah, so speaking of pretending I know what I'm doing. So like I said, Monday, Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 5 is going to be launching on Kickstarter. Me and Nita will be holding a live stream. We're going to be holding a launch party for that, and the thing is that yeah, I'm actually, as always, a little nervous about it. I just finished. I just sent out the very last packages for the Volume 1 campaign that finished. When did we finish that? On the 23rd, we finished. That campaign ended on the 23rd, and already, yeah, well, it's like about 4 weeks, 4 weeks, and we have a little bit more than 4 weeks. Yeah, about 4 weeks. And now on the 7th, we will be launching issue 5. And I'm a little nervous about it, but, that's just... that's what every Kickstarter does for me. So like I said, links are in the show notes below for you to sign on to the notify me to get notified when the campaign goes live. And why do you want to get notified when the campaign goes live? Well, because one, we are going live during our show on Monday. And because of that, we're holding this launch party. There's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to be offering. For people who show up and pledge on that first day, especially. So I just got in a couple of things, and these are going to be something that I will be offering to the first 40 people who pledge to a physical level on the campaign. So if you like collecting these little Kickstarter things that I offer, so here you go. It's like be one of the first 40 people to pledge to a physical level on the campaign on Monday, and you are going to get these things added to your pledge at no extra cost. So the first thing that you're going to get in your order is this sticker, this absolutely adorable chibi sticker that I literally just got in the mail hours ago. So I thought I wasn't going to get it until Friday, but came in today, so I get to show it off. So you all get so the first 40 people are going to get this sticker for, again, if you pledge to a physical level on the campaign. Right. Also, part of this kit, you are going to also get this sticker, this holographic sticker. It's all chibis right now. So you're going to get this absolutely adorable hollow sticker. I don't know whether you can kind of get an idea, but you're also going to get this added to your pledge. And last but not least, you will also be getting, if you've been collecting all my previous charms and acrylic pins, you will also get added to your order this chibi Eagle Raven charm, acrylic charm. So let's see. So there she is right there. So yeah, so you get, so it has a little lobster clip on it that I spent putting that's a lot harder to put on, I must say, but I got all of them done. And yeah, so you will be getting this chibi charm. So yeah, so it's all chibis all the time for this first day pledge packet. That, like I said, if you are the first 40 physical backers, you will be getting these items added to your pledge. Also, like I said, Monday is going to be a launch party, and you know how I always love to do special things for launch parties. We have the raffles that we do. People do seem to like them, so so might as well continue. And so not only do you want to get notified when we go live, but you also want to catch us on Monday, November 7th at 11 a.m. And if you, if you pledge during that hour that we are on the air, you are going to qualify to be put in the to put in the drawing. We're going to put you on a magic wheel, and all the backers will be able to win one of these things. And we're going to have four. We're going to have four winners on that Monday. And the first one, and the thing is though, this is something that I am not offering on the campaign itself. So if you really want these items, you have to be there on Monday in that hour we're broadcasting, and you have to pledge during that hour to get in on the raffle for these items. You will not be able to get these. These are not being offered as add-ons. These are just going to be exclusive to my little giveaway, my little drawing that I'm holding, for the launch party. So the first thing, if you are the first person, so actually, no, not the first person, but the thing is, yeah, so we're going to hold 4 raffles in that hour. And the first person is going to win this hollow cover of issue 5 of the Jaden Lanning variant. So I don't know if you can kind of get a sense of how shiny that is right there. So like I said, these hollow covers are not going to be offered at all in the campaign. These are only going to be available as prizes during, for however, many times I want to. I only have 5 of each, and technically I only have 3 of each because I've already doled out some of these already. So this is all I'm doing. I'm not doing any. Oh, look at that. Okay, so there you go. So you get that shiny. So this will be the first one that's going to be offered up on Monday. So once we have that, depending on how it, the hour goes, how many people pledge. So then the second book we're going to be offering is the Thor Jack Kirby homage variant of Eagle Raven, also in a hollow foil cover. So this is going to be the second one that we're going to be doing a drawing for any backer who pledges during that hour, for the first hour, that we are on the air, that we're live on the air on Monday. So there you go. So this is also another option. If you miss out on the first one, Now, here comes the other ones. So, no, absolutely. It's like, definitely, that's why I love these hollow covers. It's like, I'm like a raven too. It's like, oh, shiny. So the next one that's going to be offered up on Monday, this one I'm pretty sure, it's a hollow version of the Werewolf Disaster Sun cover. For all my Facebook peeps out here, it's like dedicated to all my Facebook people. But if you pledge during that hour, whether you're on Facebook or not, you will be able to qualify to win this hollow cover of the Disaster Sun variant of issue 5. So that's it. And I did say 4. And this one in particular, I'm pretty sure people will really, really like. So the last raffle we're going to have on Monday during that hour will be for the hollow version of the Eagle Raven nude cover of issue 5. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my God. I mean, it's kind of, honestly, it's like, it's kind of hard for me to decide, like, which one is, my favorite. I mean, it's like hollow covers just make everything better. That's for sure. But yes, so we will have a raffle for this hollow cover. And like I said, the hollow foils are not, yes, exactly, with matching tape. The hollow foils will not be offered on the campaign. So if you want hollow foils of these covers, get in on the raffle on Monday, during the show. And you might be able to win one of these. And the thing is, though, and especially what I noticed is that the difference between the raffles we hold on the first on the first day as opposed to the closeout raffles that we do, it's like at least on the first day you have a better chance of winning because people tend to be a little slow on the pledges. So technically the competition is not as fierce. So but like on that last day, it's the difference between having 40 people on the wheel as opposed to having, 150 people on the wheel. Hey, Joe. Yeah, oi. Oh, oi, chia, to the bay. Oh, my aunt. Everybody say hello to my aunt in the chat right there. So if you really want to get, like have a better chance at getting these covers, you have to pledge on the first day, and here's the thing too. This I especially learned on the last one. Okay. If you pull your pledge, if you win one of these covers and you pull your pledge, you forfeit the win. Okay? It's like these are rewards for people who pledge and commit to the pledge, whether it's a physical level or a PDF level. If you pull your pledge, you forfeit the prize. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. Because like I don't want people, pledging and then just to win one of these things and then splitting, and then splitting. So yeah, so that's we don't want that to happen. It's like that's the thing. So yeah, I know, Nita. It's like, because it's like, yeah, I had a little thing happen on the last campaign, one of the rewards. I'm hoping everybody gets back to me. But yeah, but it's, yeah, I just figure I put that out there. So on another note, yeah, so I got, so yeah, so, well, before I get to that, so remember, Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 5, launching Monday, November 7th. Join us on the Indie Comics Network. Where me and Nita will be holding a launch party with the raffles, 11 a.m. to noon. So, make sure that you hit the hit the notify me button, so that you get notified when the campaign goes live, so that you're covered for both getting the little extras for being the first 40 people, and also getting your name so that you can win one of these glorious holo covers. So yeah, so there we have it. So okay, so with that out of the way, it's like I got another package today that I just want to show off. So I got a Kickstarter book, a book that I supported on Kickstarter, and yeah, okay. So let me see if I could put this on. Okay, well, let's put this right here. Here we go. So just so, because it'll be easier for me to show the book this way. So this is a book that I just got today from Kickstarter, and it's a Masters of Anatomy, and it's literally what the cover says: weapons poses. And I thought that this was a really interesting book. They do have a whole series of different, like just faces and other types of stuff. And this one, of course, relevant to my interests. And this is literally just a very simple, very straightforward reference book with all these action poses with weapons. I don't remember what I paid for these, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure if you go to their Kickstarter page, you can still get copies of this book outside of the Kickstarter. So as you can see, it's just just a lot of basic. Just a lot of poses. Usually the type of poses that I'm doing, like Google image searches to find and whatnot. And now I have everything in one really convenient book. So I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, it's really basic, but sometimes that's all you need. You just need, yeah, you just need enough to kind of get the pose down, kind of get that inspiration or whatnot, and then yeah, you just, and then it's like, what I like is that it's a really flexible book. I mean, usually, which means that, I mean, on one hand, it means that I can manhandle it, if I need to. On the other hand, I'm a little concerned if I manhandle it too much, it might fall apart a little easy. But I don't know. That's not kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this. I mean, it's like the book is made to be manhandled. So it doesn't feel like I'm forcing anything, and the spine doesn't feel like it's about to break apart any minute. So that's pretty good. Oh, let's see if the chat works here too. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there we go. So look at that. Oh, now we have the chat up here as well. So I don't know. I'm very pleased with so far how a little bit more versatile with the layout I can be using OBS and StreamYard. It's just kind of, getting used to the back and forth. Um, so this is my latest haul from Kickstarter. So yeah, and also for everyone who's also curious as to what I have on the table currently, I am working on Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 7. This is page 20. I've just been laying down the first layer of inks for the next 8 pages that I have to send to the flatter. I told her I'd have these pages for her by Monday. So, so I'm just working on that. On one hand, I feel like I'm a little behind on my work. I don't know. It's like it's just, I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling. But at the same time, am I really behind if I'm in almost done with, like, a little over halfway done with a book that's not supposed to come out until later next year? Am I really behind? Am I really behind with that? So, oh, hey, Chad. Hello. Yes. Yeah, yeah, it's like I said, it's a little, I'm just happy that so far, it looks like it's streaming well without, because before, I guess I waited enough updates that it's not lagging. Like, I'm able to run the virtual camera through StreamYard, and it seems to be working okay. So, I'm hoping that's a good sign, and I can start, like, kind of playing around with it. And yes, well, it's like, all I can say, sir, is that it takes one to know one. But, there you go, birds of a feather, right? So yeah, so this is the issue 7 that I'm working on. I've already printed out most of the layouts for issue 8, so I can start working on that. I still have to do, like, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 layout pages left to do on issue 8, and then I could start penciling that issue out in earnest, and then I can start really inking that and getting that done. My original idea was to have this in issue 8 done before the end of the year so that I could get proofs done at the beginning of next year. But it's like, look, I've been skirting burnout, for, I've been flying too close to the sun. Let's just say that. And I decided, it's like, you know what? As long as I'm making progress on this stuff, I'm okay. It's like, I'm not gonna, like, freak out over it. I'm way ahead of schedule. I mean, it's like, I'm worried. This is issue 7 and issue 8 when issue 5 is coming out on Monday. So, I mean, I think I'm okay. And then it's like, especially, and then with the Tall Tales books, which is what we're going to be working on today. It's like I'm ahead of that as well. So, in the end, it's like in the end, it's like I'm not going to worry. Yes, we are all different types of nerds. With that, it's okay. It's okay. It's like, a nerd is a nerd is a nerd. It's like, it's okay. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at right now, where it's like, where before I was kind of like, oh my God, I have to hit these dates and blah, 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 and I have to get this done. And it's like, I was driving myself crazy. And there just got to a point where it's like, okay, you know what? It's like, I gotta be realistic with what I can actually do. It's like, I am absolutely not 21. So you know, it's, yeah, I just don't have the same energy that I wasted back then that I could use now. But, you know, so yeah, so as long as I'm ahead, you know, and I still stick with my rule that no Kickstarter until the book is complete, we're okay. If that's, you know, if I need to delay a Kickstarter because a book isn't finished, that's okay. I would rather have a book done and have everybody wait to make sure that, you know, when a Kickstarter is over, they get their books within 2 to 3 weeks. I'd rather do that than try to force myself on a schedule and either risk not putting out a book in time, or even worse, putting out a subpar product because I'm trying to rush through it, and that's not what I want to do. So, okay, so here, okay, so like I said, it's like today though we are going to be working on Tall Tales the Peacekeepers. So let's see, let me turn that on. Let's see this, and oh, here we go. You see, yeah, it's like that. It's just like I said. It's just getting used to everything in between OBS and Streamyard. You know, to kind of like get. Let's see. Let me just move some stuff out of the way here. Okay, so here's what I have. So I have Photoshop open. Okay, I'm gonna move my little. I mean, we're not gonna use this, so I'm gonna move that. Yeah. Let's get this off the table. Okay, there we go. Much better. So now I have elbow room. Okay, so one of the books, so the book that comes after Ego Raven issue 5 is Tall Tales the Peacekeepers. Yeah. So yes, you know, so Tall Tales the Peacekeepers is a not a well, it's not related to the Thieves Quest. Not, at least not directly. It's a story that it was 3 issues when it was originally put out, and we are finally going to put everything together in one trade paperback with the entire story. So this is a story that runs concurrent to the Thieves Quest storyline. You see the 4 volumes right there in that graphic, which you can pick up from my store, link in the show notes. I did a little updating on my shop. I got in a couple of more volume 1 was sold out for a little bit, and I finally got those copies in. So the store is updated. So I do have a few copies of everything in stock right now. So if you missed out on any of the campaigns, well, but the thing is, though, they will also be available as add-ons on the Ego Raven campaign. So, you know, if you would rather get it through Kickstarter, you can do that too. You know, with Ego Raven, it's like I'm making it a point that all my books are going to be available together. No matter the campaign, whether it's Ego Raven or Tall Tales, like, you know, you'll be able to get Tall Tales on Ego Raven and Ego Raven on Tall Tales. It's all going to be the same thing, you know, because I know it's convenient for people. So this is the cover that I'm working on now. The colors are strange. Because this is what I get from my flatters. So this is what I get from the flatter. All she does is that she puts in these colors to pretty much to demarcate the shapes that I need to color in. And you know, and it's like, and trust me, it's like, it doesn't look like much, but it saves me a lot of time to pay somebody to do this for me. So like I said, this is the cover for volume 1. Now, originally, Volume 1 was produced as a digest size trade paperback. And what this Kickstarter that we will be putting out at the beginning of next year, it's going to be everything collected in a trade paperback sized book, so that all the trade paperbacks are going to match. So I'm very happy with bringing another one of these. Yes, yes, Grant. I mean, really, I resisted for a bit, but it's worth every penny, honestly. So yeah, so I'm really happy to be able to finally get Tall Tales Peacekeepers collected in a trade paperback, so that I mean, it's just nice in general to finally have all my work being collected in this format that it was always meant to be. I mean, and it's just like very nice. It's like just to see my trade paperback collection of my own stuff growing. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like I just added Eagle Raven to the pile, and it's like, look at this. This is, I mean, it's like, it's just, you know, it's just nice, and it's like, oh, it's like, look at all my work, together, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just a very nice feeling. And it has a lot of weight to it. I think it's about, I mean, it's like just that alone. I mean, it's like it's almost 1,000 pages worth of work, if not a little bit more. So it's like, yeah, so it's just kind of nice to have everything together. So this is what I get back from the Flatters. Now, here's the thing. So I figured that everyone would find this interesting. So this is the original cover that you saw on the digest. And, and the best thing about it is that because this is technically done already, when I go color correct, all I have to do is I just have to select the colors that are here already and then just drop them in. Just drop them in here. Like if, like if I was going to take her color right here and then just go over here, and then it's like that's all I have to do, to make sure, although, I'll have to fix up a couple of things. Like, obviously, they thought that they did the entire leg the same color. But trust me, even fixing that is much, much easier than if I had to do the flatting on my own. I don't know what is it with flatting that is so tedious and brain melting. It's like I don't know why that's like that. I can do shading, no problem. It's like I could just, but the actual flatting, it's like just tears. That's it. So and also it's like, so if you can tell also, so what I did was I took the original inks from this, from the piece, and then I expanded it. And then I didn't re-ink it as much as I took the original inks and then just beefed up the inks. I'm pretty sure that you can tell. So, like I said, if you could see the line work, and then compared to here, to this version, where you can tell that the lines are they're bolder, they're a bit thicker, they stand out more. There's a little bit more detail in the work. And also what I did too, which I was really, really pleased with, is, before I used this photograph for this altered photograph for the background. And for those of you who recognize, it's a photo of Toledo, Spain. So it's the fortress there. So so what I did was I decided that it would look better if I did a illustrated version of the picture. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, it's like it's, you know, it's different but not different, but it's like I think that it brings the entire piece together better than using a background. I was being a little bit experimental at the time, you know, kind of wondering what I could do, like how I could get, you know, and it's like, but in the end, what it's turning out is that I would much rather have an illustrate, like the entire piece be an illustration rather than have, you know, like altered photos in the background. Like there's a couple of other Tall Tales covers that I did that too with photos in the background, and I'm really looking forward to going back and updating those covers before those come out next year as well. So yeah, I'm, you know, there are just some things that work and don't work, you know, so it's nice to be able to pretty much see that the pictures themselves, they're still pretty good. They just need some tweaking. Like the original, if you could look at the bottom here, you know, the original inks to this was 2007. And I thought that, you know what, the piece works well enough that I'm just going to keep it pretty much, you know, and just, you know, ink it a little bit more, put in the background, and then we're going to color it. So this is how I do my remastered covers. It's the same thing that I did with the previous Tall Tales volumes. These, if you have the old versions of the trade paperbacks, the artwork is the same. It's just that I remastered them. So so that's what we're just going to be doing here. So here are our flats, and I'm not going to, I really don't feel like plopping in the new colors. I really do feel like putting in a little bit more work into this. So I'm going to be doing the shading on this, which is going to be very different than how I colored it before. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I am going to put in a mask. I'm going to cover these flats so that I can start doing the shading. So I got my new layer here. I'm getting my green color, which I seem, I don't know. It's like I have a better, I don't know. It's like green works better than if I had just used a beige or a gray. So, so I'm just going to put that in, and I'm just going to cover the flats. So this is going to be my mask. And then I'm going to put in another layer, and this is going to be my shading that I'm going to put on this layer. So the shading is going to go on top of the mask. The mask, what that does is that it keeps me from being confused and distracted by the flats. You would think that just shading over this would be, you know, it's like, okay, I'm just, you know, whatever. But what I found is that if I put a mask on top of it, just to cover it, keep it all one color, I don't know, it's just visually, it's easier for me to keep track of everything. So, so that's what I do. So I have my, my mask there. And then let me put in one more layer just so I have it set up. So this other layer that I'm putting in is hold on. Let me back up a bit, because I put in the layer and then it kind of, okay, it freaked out for a little bit. So okay, so this layer is going to be my highlight, and we're just going to leave it like that. And then I am going to, did I use much? I don't think so. No, usually sometimes I color in the outlines, but I'm not sure I'm going to be doing that. So I'm not going to worry about that layer right now. So I'm just going to make sure that I save this. And yeah, so right now I'm just going to close out, I'm just going to close this piece because we're not going to use it right now. I mean, it's like I just wanted to show you guys the difference, but I'm not going to use anything from that because I'm not color correcting right now. So, okay. Okay. So let me just get my little compression glove going here. So we don't mess up either the screen or my wrist. And before we get started, what I'm going to do is I am going to hit the music. And okay, so let's see whether this works out. Okay. Now, how's that sounding? I mean, it's like because I adjust it in my headphones to be lower than I mean it to be on the screen. So it's like I can barely hear it, but I'm not sure if I want to make sure I'm not yelling over anything. It should be okay. So, are we hearing the music? You know, it just, you know what? It's like as long, okay, good. All right, thank you, Patrick. As long as I'm not yelling, sound like I'm yelling over anything, we should be okay. So, okay, let me just that. All right. So, when I do my shading, I use this purple color. This took a lot of testing on my part. Oh, are you freaking out again? Okay. All right, we're good. This took a lot of testing for me to find a color that really worked well as an overlay. And it works with most colors, and it gives me the effect. Thank you, Joe. Yes, thank you. And yeah, so this lavender color that, look, it'll be easier if I show you here. Oh, look at that! I gotta fix that. Actually, let's fix that. So, what happened, because the scanner that I had wasn't large enough, I had to piece together the pieces, and they never, no matter how I scan it, they never ever line up correctly. So what I'm going to do, so I go to the line art layer, and I'm going to go to my eraser tool, and I'm just going to fix that up a bit. So I'm just gonna fix that. Okay. And then I'm going to take my pencil, my brush tool. What is that brush? No, I want pencil. Okay. And I'm just going to just tidy that up a bit. Okay, so there you go. There's probably some other spots here too. Actually, let me just go ahead and try to catch all these other places that overlap happened. So yeah, so we're just tidying up. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, all right. So that wasn't too bad. So although probably there's more going in this direction as well. So let's see. So if we go down. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. All right. Ooh, ooh, almost lost my headphones there. So, okay, so we tidied that up. Now we're going to go back to the shadow. We're going to go back to that pink, that lavender we're going to use. And, okay, so I'm just going to show you how that looks. So, I'm going to put in the shadow that... So I'm just going to use my lasso tool and I'm going to create the shape that I want this shadow to take up. Okay. And let me fix that. Okay, much better. Okay, and I'm going to fill it with that pink. Now, it looks strange, right? So, the idea is when I take that layer and I turn it to multiply, that's the shade that I want. And then what happens is that no matter what color is underneath, the shade will change with the color. So, as you can see, so if I just turned off the mask, the shade changes. So, which is also was a game changer for me, because before I would do the shades in like this really complicated manner where if I had to change anything, I had to redo all the layers with the shading on it, and it was like really not a fun thing to do. So, yeah, hold on. Let me just... Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Let me see. Can I reach it from here? Okay. You know. There we go. So, okay. So, hold on. You don't... You didn't need to hear that. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep putting in that shading. So yeah, so all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna yeah, so another thing that I'm trying to figure out with OBS is that what I'm ultimately would like to do with OBS is like I want to be able to kind of have my setup, my studio setup portable. Like if for some reason I needed to broadcast like through Indie Comics Network and not on my channel for some reason, I don't have to worry about having to set up a brand folder in that other account and and have to like re-input all of my graphics and whatnot. So that as long as I have all my graphics and everything, and I had the overlay, the OBS overlay, as long as I have OBS, I can have my setup anywhere. That's ultimately what I would like to happen, but right now it's I'm still trying to figure out certain things, like the whole, like, how do I get the sound from OBS to broadcast through Streamyard so you can hear it, because that doesn't work right now. I've tested some of my clips that I like playing. That doesn't work either. Like, you can't hear, like, you can see it but you can't hear it. So yeah, once I kind of figure out what's going on there, then it's like that's kind of my ultimate goal. Because there's certain things that, like I said, I kind of like, I don't know, like, just kind of like, you know, how OBS kind of like allows me a little bit, you know, more creativity, you know, in terms of the layout and whatnot. You know, with StreamYard, it's like, it's very straightforward. I mean, it's like, in a sense, that's good. You know, it's like, because anybody can seem to figure out how to use it. Let's see. Wouldn't StreamYard handle that if OBS is being the source for your camera and mic? See, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Like, because it's like I'm having problems with echoes. Like, so it's obvious that there's two microphones getting turned on, but I can't seem to turn it off on one or the other. I have to remove that. That's why the chat, the way it is, it's technically not correct. So I had to kind of like fake something to get it to work like this, which is fine. Which is fine. It's not correct, because if I had wanted to go in another window, my brand folder or a private chat or whatnot, you guys can see everything right there. So, because it'll switch over on screen as opposed to just staying in chat. But whenever I use their dock instructions, I got another microphone turning on. And then I would get an echo. So I don't know who's handling the mic especially. So yeah, so once I figure that out, yeah, but like I said, my ultimate goal is to have a portable setup that I can use anywhere. You know, because like I said, I do like the creativity of being able to lay out this the way I did, with the chat, with the double windows how I want it, with this little graphic here that cycles, that's supposed to cycle through. I don't know if it's been cycling through or not. Oh, okay, it's cycling through. You know, just being able to have that, you know, I really like. I mean, I have some you know, it's like, yeah, I've seen some really elaborate stuff. I mean, it seems like everybody on Twitch is an animator. I don't know. It's like, so. I mean, it's like, because also in OBS, I can, if I really, you know, once I get the scratch put together to get something done, yes, I do, yes, I like things looking neat, you know, thank you, you know, that's what I'm trying to go for, you know, what I really also ultimately would like, because I as far as I can tell, you need OBS to do this, is I would love to get a VTuber done. Of what, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. I know that me and Nita were talking about doing VTubers for House of Bob. But the thing is, though, you need OBS to run that correctly. As far as I could tell. You know, and the thing is, though, like, I'm pretty sure I could do the basic setup for a VTuber. I'm pretty sure I could do that. But the actual rigging, no. I like, yeah, the artwork itself I can do, but the rigging, it's like, that is way beyond, you know, the learning curve that I'm willing to put in for something like that. I mean, there really does get a point where I'm like, okay, I'd rather pay somebody to rig a VTuber for me than spend the absolute hours it looks like it would take for me to even just get a basic sense of it, you know. I mean, even though you're using, I guess, a kind of AI to animate, it still requires a lot of setup, and I don't have time for that, you know. It's like, I mean, this is the kind of thing that if I was younger, yeah, maybe I would have, you know, I would have given it a shot. But now it's like, look, it's just easier for me to pay somebody. Like I said, I could probably do the setup, the character setup. Yeah, it's that interact, like a lot of it started, as far as I know, it started with Japan YouTubers or streamers, where they literally just talk through an avatar, and it's set up so it animates with them. So as they're moving, the avatar is moving with them and speaking, like their mouth, depending on how intricate you make the mouth movements, it looks like it's talking. It's just like, and so they use that instead of being on camera. So yeah, it is an interactive, and I've seen like all sorts of VTubers, like I've seen one where it's like they just had the mouth moving, like they just kept it really, really simple, and it works, you know. It's like sometimes that's all you need, but then it's like I've seen some really, really elaborate ones where even like the highlights are moving and the eyes have like 7 layers of like color that's all being adjusted and that's all moving as well. And I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I mean, you can I mean, once you have something set up, you can use it. There's a lot of application for it, you know. I've seen people use VTubers to do Kickstarter, you know, like the Kickstarter videos, where it's their actual character introducing their own book. I mean, it was just like, you know, there's a lot you're able to do with that, but yeah, I just do not have the time to learn the rigging part of it. Although what's funny is that I do have, okay, let me just switch over here just to show you. I mean, so I was playing around with I don't know, with just some graphics that I had, just to kind of like get a sense of what I could do in OBS. And it's like, and again, it's like, you know, oh, this would make a really good VTuber if, you know. So I have, so it's just really funny. So I have this one. Right? Oh, that. So it's like, so imagine this was moving, you know, with, as I'm talking, you know, it's like, imagine, you know, so it's like, so yeah, so it's like, so imagine like she's right there, and it's like, instead of like seeing me, she's the one moving, you know, and talking, you know. So that would be like I don't know, it's like I would have to find out, it's like, if this image would even be appropriate. Like I would have to you know, I would have to use it, right? And then it's like, you know, and then it's like I was trying, you know, this, like I said, this is just me messing around, you know, so just trying to like get a sense of, you see, Streamyard wouldn't allow me to do this, you know, but OBS does. So it's like, I kind of like the idea of it. And of course, you know, of course I had to bring this asshole in, right? Because why not, right? But I mean, yeah, but this is kind of like, you know, like the base, like these would be the base for VTubers, except if they were, you know, moving, you know. And look, I mean, honestly, just to be able to switch back and forth from this, from this to this, I mean, that's kind of a benefit of OBS. Well, I don't know. It's like, because I know that the Japanese do it. It's because it's like they're very big on their privacy. So, like, it doesn't surprise me that VTubing really took off there, or they pretty much came up with it. Because, what is it that, you know, it's like, because they value their privacy. I mean, you know, it's like, look, like anything, it could be abused, of course. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like you have those assholes who wear their, you know, their little, you know, those stupid V for Vendetta masks like it means something, and they're pretending, you know, and it's like, and they're just being complete assholes online. And it's like, yeah, it's like, you know what, show your face, you stupid coward, you know, type of thing. But I think that in terms of, you know, especially, I think that, you know, if you're just doing a gaming stream, I mean, it's like, you know, you're playing Leagues of Legends or whatever the fuck the hot game is right now. I don't know. I don't play games, so it's like so say you're playing Animal Crossing, you know, and you have, you know, it's like, does it matter if people see your face, you know, while you're playing, you know, Grand Theft Auto on, you know, on Twitch? You know, that's, you know, that's the thing. I mean, it's like with, like I said, it's like for us, me and Nita were talking about having VTubers for House of Bob. But the thing is, though, it wouldn't be like something that, like, we would do an entire show as VTubers. You know, I don't know, Joe, because it's like, do you see? Because the way I look at it is like, because it's like, if you value your privacy, why go outside? You know, I mean, it's like, there's certain things that it's like, you know, we live in a society, you know, that now it's kind of like you almost have to be always in public to be able to do something, to be online, to be in public, to kind of like, you know, almost make a spectacle of yourself in order to even accomplish anything. And, you know, and it's like, I don't know, there are just certain things where it's like, you know, it's like I said, if you're playing Animal Crossing on a stream, does it matter if people see your face? I mean, you know, there are people, they're, you know, like, pen names have been something that people have used, you know, since writing was invented, you know? I mean, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, logically, it's like, you know, it's like, okay, why, you know, if you, you know, you want to keep your privacy, why, you know, why stream? And it's like, you know, but it depends on why you're streaming. I mean, there are people who stream just for the company. You know, it's like, and, you know, or probably it's like, I don't know, it's, I don't think it's an all or nothing. That's why I kind of like the idea of a VTuber. I mean, it's like, me, I'm already used to being in this space. So, yeah, having a VTuber would be more like, yeah, it's like, for, like I said, for me and Nita, it would be more for, like, promotion. Just like, you know, like I said, we want it for House of Bob, so we can kind of, like, have the mascots. You know, because here's, you know, because it's like kind of how I imagine it is, you know, like, we could have, like, I don't know, we could have one of the characters on House of Bob recite erotic poetry or something, you know, and it's like, so it wouldn't be us doing it, but it'd be something fun because the character is doing it. I mean, technically, like, Gorillaz, the band, is one of the original VTubers. You know, because it's like, I forgot the lead singer of Blur, that he came up with Gorillaz because he wanted to be able to have a band that could never break up. That all he would have to do is just, like, even if he needed to replace musicians, you know, I mean, he's always the lead singer. He's always 2D. Technically, 2D is his VTuber. Technically, you know? You know, but everybody else, if a guitarist left, or if the drummer, or whatever, the band is the same. The Gorillaz is always Gorillaz. You know, it's just that it wouldn't matter who was the musician behind it. So he could do a lot of experimental stuff because the band technically doesn't exist because they're cartoon characters. They're, you know, so it's like the cartoon is always going to stay the same, but the talent behind the cartoon could change depending on what he was experimenting with. You know, so it's like, yeah, even though he's the lead singer of Gorillaz, you know, he does it through a character. He does it through 2D. So, well, yeah, well, that's exactly, you know, that's exactly what Gorillaz is. You know, I mean, it's like the only difference is that because they're cartoon characters, you can do a lot more with them. You don't have to worry. I mean, even though technically they did age, the style that Jamie Hewlett was using changed a lot over the course of their career. But they're still pretty much the same characters. Where, you know, the monkeys, you know, there was one of them that died, I think, like a couple of years ago or something. I forgot his name. David Nesbitt, I think? Nesbitt? Something. One of them. Right. So it's like, so there you go. So it's like, oh, this guy from the Monkees passed. Right? Your Gorillaz is never going to have that problem. I think even if the lead singer, I forgot his name, even if the lead singer dies, Gorillaz is always going to exist. You know? You know, so yeah, like, I understand it's like your concern about VTubing. I don't know, I just see it as just another creative outlet that has a lot of potential. Let's see. Yeah, so like, yeah, so as you can see here, you know, so as the shading goes, so then it's like no matter what color I have underneath that shading, it's always going to work. So this way I'm just able to concentrate on just where my contrast is going. And you know what's funny? Hold on. Let me see something. There was something that I had wanted to try. So I was looking at some, so there was a Kickstarter that I saw for a series of light novels. And I guess it's from a German company, and I guess they got actual manga artists or whatnot to do this original story or whatnot. And the thing looks, you know, and it kind of like made me like wonder. It's like, oh, could I do black and white like this? You know, like, you know, and it's like, hold on, let me just see something here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I mean, I guess it could work. Kinda. You know, I guess I could do that. And it's like, so I was just wondering if I could like do black and white illustrations with gray shading. I mean, it looks like it has potential. I would have to, I think, like, you know, try to imitate that halftone style that's in a lot of manga. Interesting. Yeah, I would have to. Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. Okay, there we are. Because I think that the way that I'm doing, like the way I keep the shading separate, whether I could take like a piece that I've already colored and then just change the shading layer to grays, or something, as opposed to like actually doing a piece in gray tones as opposed to just taking a color piece and just gray, turning it gray. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna have to put a pin in that. We're gonna have to, you know. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about that. But the thing is, though, it's like, yeah, but as a promotional thing, like I said, I saw this one campaign use their VTuber as the character itself talking about their book, and it was just like, because once you have that thing made, you can use it for anything, you know, and that was right. Well, I mean. Well, the wings are the wings, you know. It's like, it's like technically, yes. If you think of bat anatomy, it's like the wings would technically be an extra set of hands. I don't know if that was something that JD thought about. I mean, although it's like in the story itself, the only thing that made reference to their wings was that they were not allowed to fly. That there was a specific rule when the their keep there was taken over by the opposing forces. And it's like the family was allowed to stay, you know, like they kind of really, you know, the remaining ruling family was allowed to stay. I mean, it's like she was destined to be a duchess, but now she's just a captain of the guard. Alexandria, right here. And the main rule that they had to follow as the remaining family was that they were not allowed to fly. And if they were ever caught flying, that was it. You know, it's like, you know, so, but other than that, I don't think there's anything in the book that references their wings being used for anything else, like extra hands or something. To tell you the truth, it sounds like a missed opportunity. Should have thought about that when I was drawing this way back when. But oh, but actually, what's funny is that what actually that reminds me of is hold on, let me see something. Did I forget something here? Okay, so, okay, I might have to, did I forget to fill something out? Hold on, let me see something here. Because I have a blank space there that doesn't look right. Oh, okay, alright, that's part of her wing. That's why it's blank like that. Okay, I see what's going on, alright. So funny thing about this book. So back in the day, there was a thing called the Xeric Grant, and it was a comic book. It was a grant specifically for comic book creators that was founded by. I don't know if it was both Eastman and Laird, but it was definitely one of them. And they offered grants to creators to create their comic. I mean, it was kind of like a very, very early precursor to Kickstarter, pretty much. But it was a grant. You had to submit a proposal and everything. And JD wanted to try to get this grant, but even at the time, it was very apparent that there were certain books that, like certain stories that they were kind of preferencing, that they were preferring to get the grant. And, you know, and usually it was like really like overtly either like slice of life, or especially if it had a political slant. You know, those types of books, like, you know, that's what they were preferring. You know, that's what we saw the pattern of what was getting the grant. So JD created Peacekeepers specifically to try to fit that criteria to get the grant. You know, it's like, okay, so this was going to be a more overtly political book than Tall Tales. Although Tall Tales does have a lot of like political intrigue in it, but it's not like, I wouldn't say, yeah, actually no, there's some parts that like was really on the nose for Peacekeepers. That's a really on the nose story. You know, politically. So this book pretty much only exists because of the Xeric grant, which I'm pretty sure you all figured out by now we did not get. In fact, even more trivia about Peacekeepers is that the genesis for the story, I guess just to show you the time in history that he came up with this, I think this was at the beginning of the Serbian War. And, and then it's like just kind of like this, just, he used that as a basis to create Peacekeepers. And, yeah, but we didn't get the grant. And here's the funny thing. I kind of remember, you see, but I don't know if it was like, it was because of Xeric or it was because of something else. But we were told that the book was too commercial. I would have to ask him what the actual context of it, but I remember it was just like, no, it's like the book is too commercial. And that's why we didn't get it or something. Like, it looked, it's like, which was also kind of a strange thing, but at the same time, it's like, no, we want to give the grant to people who they couldn't make it otherwise. You guys have outlets for your book, in the mainstream. This was, because this was also, yeah, that was the whole irony of it, Patrick. That it's like we were too commercial to get a grant, but we were too niche to be carried by we were too niche to really sell in the marketplace, in the mainstream marketplace by that point. So yeah, it was yeah, so it's like, so a furry comic miniseries, where the story has a basis in the Serbian, is based on, Serbian war history. It was too commercial. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I think, Joe, I think what it is, that was just their way of saying that it's like, no, you have options. You can sell this. You don't need a grant to sell this. I think that's kind of what they mean. It's like, if you're able, if your shit doesn't look like it was coming out of a zine and looked like it was going to stay as a zine, then it's like, it's, it's too commercial. I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was just very, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's kind of nice, though, to think that Eastman and Laird had more faith in our book selling than we had. So maybe it's a good thing. Who knows? But you know what? It's like, so it's just really funny. Like I said, it's a precursor. Like, Kickstarter then eventually made the Xeric grant completely obsolete. Because now it's like you can just make your own money, just by putting it on, but just by crowdfunding, and probably having better access to an audience that's interested in your work, than trying to convince Eastman and Laird that you should, why they should give you money so you can produce your book. And then it's like, the irony of it too is that I think that the Xeric grant had just as much of a success rate as Kickstarter, in terms of, or probably even less so, in terms of how many people actually published their book after they got the grant, and how many just disappear. You know? I mean, I'm sure there's a database. There's probably a database on that, at how many Xeric grant winners actually went on to finish their books and produce it. No, no, Patrick. It's not a Dracula story. It's not that type of Serbian war mythology. So Peacekeepers, the trade paperback, is going. We're looking to release it early next year. Haven't decided on any dates yet. Like I said, it's like I've skirted a little too close to burnout territory, and I think, so it's like. So, when I'm ready to release it, that's when I'm going to release it. I mean, I'm not going to pull a JD where he just launches Oswald whenever he feels like it without warning. Eventually we're going to have an actual date, so that everybody knows to prepare. I'm not going to start announcing anything until I absolutely have the book ready. So I mean, this one I'm pretty much almost done with it, putting it together. It's not like I do anything special to the pages or anything. It's not like we're relettering anything. It's the same thing that we did with the Tall Tales books, with the Thieves Quest, where it's just like the covers are being remastered, like I'm doing here, but pretty much the interior is identical to what we've always been printing. It's just that it's going to be in a nicer format. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, yeah, we're only rebooting. I mean, it's like we're not rebooting as much as we're remastering. Like I said, it's like pretty much it's done. JD wrote the story that he meant to write for Peacekeepers, so that's pretty much it. And it's like, I just have to finish, and then it's like we have the Gabriel one-shot that we're going to also be putting out next year as well. So next year you're going to see a little bit more Tall Tales on the docket. I know that this year was a little Eagle Raven heavy, but no, next year we're going to Tall Tales is going to be on the docket again. It's going to be Peacekeepers. The really, really rough schedule that I'm looking at is alternating. It's like really strictly alternating between Eagle Raven and Tall Tales. So we're starting off with Peacekeepers, then we're going to have Eagle Raven 6, and then we're going to have the Gabby one shot, or so I thought. That's going to be in its own nice trade again, with a remastered cover as well. And then it's Eagle Raven 7, right? And then I'm bringing out, and then we're going back to Tall Tales, Tears of the Mother. So the trade, it's like I haven't decided if we're going to put out. Oh yeah, no, we're going to put the trade out first for issues 1 through 4. So putting that, back out on the table again, and then Eagle Raven 8, and then Tears of the Mother issue 6. Because I know it's like, look, it's like I just have to. I know a lot of you, a lot of the furry bros, a lot of I know everybody's who's stuck around, for Tall Tales for so long. It's like I know, like I said, I've been a little focused on Eagle Raven, but Tall Tales is still there. I'm still working on it. I will finish the Tears of the Mother story arc. I have 2 more issues I still have to do on that, so we are going to be finishing it. And yeah, it's just that should I have finished Tears of the Mother before I started on Eagle Raven? Yeah, technically, if I was doing all this correctly, I should have. But hey, that's how it goes, right? I don't regret anything, that's for sure. It's just that I have to juggle 2 titles, that's just what it is, right? So yeah, so I'm going to be, and then it's like, so we have Tall Tales issue 6, and then we're going to have Eagle Raven volume 2, and then it's just going to continue alternating, and then especially I think at that point, whichever books get finished first, that's how we release them. Right now, it's like, especially with Tall Tales, I'm concentrating more on releasing all our our previous catalog in the new format. Just having all our work just in a format that it's meant to be, and then just being able to continue on from there, like, and then it's like we can go back to concentrating on new content for Tall Tales. The thing is, though, with Peacekeepers, this is pretty much it. I don't see any plans on revisiting any of the characters. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I know the idea of having this Bat Girl, this Bat Woman, she's an interesting character, just for that, but we just don't see it's not in the cards, it's not there. So so this is going to be pretty much the complete Tall Tales, the Peacekeepers, as complete as it's gonna get. Yeah. So I have to admit, I really do like having the chat on the screen right there, because it's like, sometimes it takes YouTube so long to process the chat, and a lot of good conversation happens in there. And and it's just nice that it's like, while I'm talking, like, I don't need to keep pulling up people's comments, so that the viewers who are seeing this on a later date, on a rebroadcast, on a replay, they, so they don't have to guess the context. So it's right there. It's like, that's what I really like about it. So I can read your comments, I can see your comments, and I can comment on them and not have to worry about bringing them up, because they're right there. So anybody who's watching, they immediately know the context of what we're talking about. So I'm really happy with that. That's for sure. So I got to figure out how to. I mean, look, until I figure out the correct way to do it, I mean, I'm gonna leave it like this. Like I said, as long as I don't mess with anything, on air, and just remember, like, if I have to go to another tab, I have to shut the chat off, the window, so that you don't see what's going on, behind the scenes, but yeah, I like that. I like that. If there's one thing about this setup that I'm liking, it's that. I mean, but come on, Joe. It's like, wouldn't you want a VTuber of Eliza, and then it's like, you do your Kickstarter video, and then it's like, she can come out and talk about her adventures, I mean, like you said, it's like, it makes a lot of sense as promo, and it's like, yeah, it's like, that, that's kind of how I see it too, that it's like, there's a lot of promotional potential for a VTuber of our characters. It's just that from what I've seen, though, it is expensive. It is expensive to get done, though. Like, if you wanted a VTuber done from scratch, from what I've looked up, I mean, expect to pay start at $1,000. If you just wanted rigging, you're still probably spending like at least $700. I mean, because you can really tell that it's the rigging where most of the work is. So that's why it's like, if I wanted, like, before, like, I would have to commit to a character, like, who would be the VTuber, for that, in order to kind of, like, decide, on spending that type of money. But I think that it would be so worth it, though. But, I would just be using that shit for everything. Yeah. Yeah, also it's the simple things. What I like about the chat also being there too is that I don't have to fuss with it. You know, and it's like for some reason it's like fussing with the chat, not talking to you guys, but kind of like fussing with the layout and having to bring up individual comments and whatnot and constantly going back and forth. Is kind of distracting, and I just realized that it's like, oh, look at, you know, it's like, okay, we still didn't finish a piece, you know, during the stream, but I felt a lot less interrupted. You know what I mean? Because the chat's right there. And again, it's like, so all I have to do is look up, see who's commenting, and just talk, you know, as opposed to having to stop, you know, get the mouse, click on the thing, you know, it's, I have it come up, and, you know, so, I really do, I think out of the entire setup so far, I think that's kind of like, I think that's kind of a little game changer there for me. In terms of the new OBS setup, I really, you know, it's like, I really like that I feel like I can be more engaging with the chat, and with the audience, because now they have context to what I'm saying, to what I'm talking about, you know, so, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that. What else did I like? Well, like I said, I like the overall look. You know, I like that I have this really, I'm really happy with the layout. Like, it's a more creative layout than what Streamyard. Oh, no accidentally constantly turning off my overlay, because of the way Streamyard, you know, like when you click on a clip or something. I like that. I like more of the control that having OBS allows me between scenes. Like, it's just nice to be able to just, like, you know. So so we're just hitting the top of the second hour. So let me just shut off the music here. But yeah, but that's what I'm liking so far. You know, what else did I like? Yeah, it's like just the fact that I think, you know, I mean, as far as I could tell, the stream was good. Like, it wasn't choppy. I didn't feel like I was dropping frames. It didn't look like that. So obviously I've waited enough updates to do this. So here we are, hitting 6 o'clock on my end, the top of the second hour. So this is what we have so far on the screen. So here's the shading so far, for the cover. Of course, this is something that I'm going to have to finish, because I have to start, now that the Eagle Raven issue 5 campaign is about to start. Now is the time for me to start worrying about finishing Peacekeepers, because again, according to the schedule that I have, that's the next campaign that's going to come after Eagle Raven 5. And what I want to do is that I want to get just enough of the campaign put together so that I can get it approved, and then that way, when Eagle Raven 5 ends, I give everybody about a week or something, and then the pre-launch for Peacekeepers will become available. And then we're just going to have it on pre-launch until I have the book absolutely ready to go. And then I'll make the announcement as to when we're going to launch the campaign. So that will make it even more important for everybody to sign up for any pre-launch pages that I put up, so that you don't miss out, because I'm not going to be announcing the campaigns anymore this far in advance. I really Yeah, I really don't want to burn myself out on and I really want to give you guys the best possible books that I could put out. So yeah, so that's my plan for now. So yeah, so here is the cover in progress for Tall Tales to Peacekeepers, launching sometime early next year. And let me just ooh, look at that, look at that. I think, you see, I kind of like being able to do that, you know, just kind of like, you know, switch over and everything is still, you know, set up and whatnot. So you know, it's just kind of nice. So yeah, definitely OBS is going to be something I'm going to play around with more. So there we have it. So okay, so let me just shut this off. And yeah, so let me also shut the banner off as well. You know, and then what else should I put up here? Let's see, what other. Oh, before I forget, so Oswald. Let me see. So, yes. Oh. Yes. Yes, sir. I did call you. Yes. Um, Oswald, the Oswald Chronicles is coming back to Kickstarter. And in usual JD Calderon fashion, we don't know when. All I know is that it'll be soon, either probably next week or so. But this is for Passing Queens and Making Homes Volume 2. So it completes that storyline. So it's coming back to Kickstarter. Pre-launch page is live right now. Make sure you check the show notes for a link to that campaign. So if the Oswald Chronicles Volume 2 is something that you're looking forward to, make sure you hit the pre-launch page so you get notified when the campaign goes live, because I definitely do not have a date for that. And again, to end off the show, Eagle Raven issue 5 is launching November 7th, Monday. Join me and Nita Lanning at 11 a.m., where we will be broadcasting the launch party for the campaign for issue 5. And if you pledge during that hour, you will have 4 chances to win exclusive hollow foil variant covers, which will not be available on the campaign. You will only be able to get them through the raffle that we will be holding on the show. So make sure you hit the notify me button. That is also in the show notes below, so you get notified when the campaign goes live as well. And on the final note, join me and Nita Lanning every Monday and Friday on the Indie Comics Network from 11 a.m. to noon, where any discussion about comics, social media promotion, crowdfunding, you know, whatever we feel like talking about. I think we spent a little bit too much time talking about The Witcher the last time we were on the air. But hey, you know what? It's important matter. It was important. It was important, I swear. So make sure if you missed any of those episodes, you can catch us on the replays. So let's see. Oh, here we go. So we have that, and we have that. Oh, look at that. You see, it's like I'm able to do just a little bit more in OBS. So here we have it, just a little past the 2-hour mark. I want to thank everybody in the chat who joined me today and kept me company. Thank you, Joe, Patrick, Grant, Nita. You know, and if I missed you, it's like look, I saw you all in the chat, so I know you were there. So thank you so much for keeping me company, and thank you so much to the 4 people who are watching me right now from regions beyond. Yes, thank you so much for joining me as well and keeping me company, and hopefully I was keeping you company while you were doing whatever it was you were doing. And so make sure So make sure that if you are catching me on Facebook or you're watching this from a link on Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I go live, and we can continue testing this whole OBS thing, you know, as a family. So that's pretty much it for me. If you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my upcoming campaigns and all that fun stuff, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my social media sites here, and also it was scrolling right there too. But these are my main sites that I usually post to. But I mostly post to Facebook, right here. I mostly post to Facebook. If you want to see, if you're into seeing sketches and work in progress and, and whatever updates, all that fun stuff. So, there we go. Yes, and like I said, join me here on YouTube, where I hold my on my channel at Daphne Lage Art, where I hold this live stream pretty much every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. Again, links in the show notes below. And also you can read the first 5 issues of Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format. You have until the end of the year to make those lovely comparisons between the original version and the version that's being offered on the Kickstarter before I reboot the website with the full color version, with the final color version in webcomic form on the website. Yes, and but if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, like Tall Tales, you can follow the link from egoworks.com to Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for our monthly newsletter, where not only will you get free comic PDFs for joining, but you will also get regular updates about our current and upcoming crowdfunding campaigns and whatever else I might have going on. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Friday on the Rage Into the Vlogs show at 11 a.m. But definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Monday when Ego Raven 5 launches. So again, thank you again. Take a shot every time I say that, and I will see you next time.
You really want to know my process?
Absolutely.
Usually starts with a holla and ends with a creamsicle.
And then if there's time in between, Thundercats. Oh!